I need you to hear this carefully. A 24-year-old woman from Michigan packed a bag, told her family she'd be gone 2 months, and boarded a flight to a small island in the Philippines that most Americans have never even heard of. She had a return ticket. She never used it. And 3 years later, she owns 2 businesses. Her family flew across the world to see her life, and every single one of them went home wishing they had done what she did. Her name is Brianna Kource. This is her real story. And I promise you, if you watch this to the end, you are going to look at your own life completely differently. Let's go. So, let me paint you a picture of who Brianna was before any of this happened. She wasn't someone with money sitting in the bank. She wasn't living comfortably and looking for an adventure to spice things up. She was working 3 jobs at once back in Michigan, flipping items online, picking up side gigs, constantly moving just to keep her head above water financially. By every logical measure, she was the last person who should have been booking an international flight. But an opportunity came up, a volunteer position as a fitness instructor in the Philippines, and instead of talking herself out of it the way most people would, she said yes. She told her family 2 to 4 months. They worried, they didn't fully get it. A lot of people around her thought it was impulsive because in America, most people have no real idea what life looks like on the other side of the world, so their default reaction is fear. But Brianna got on that plane, and the moment she landed on the island of Siargao, a small, stunning island in the southeastern Philippines, something happened inside her that she is still trying to find the right words to describe. And honestly, what she says about that first day is the key to understanding everything that came after. Stay with me. Most people who travel somewhere beautiful say, "Oh, the beaches were incredible. The food was amazing. I had such a great time." Brianna said something completely different. She said, "From day one, I felt something shift in my soul. I've read a lot of expat stories. That line stopped me. Not excitement, not novelty, a shift in her soul from day one." She described watching how the people of Siargao lived the way they showed up for each other without being asked, the joy that ran through daily life, even when people had very little materially, the sense of community and presence that she had never experienced growing up in the United States. She called it a different kind of wealth. And here is the part I want you to really think about, because this is where it gets uncomfortable for most people watching. Brianna went to Siargao to give something. She was the volunteer. She was supposed to be the one contributing. She showed up thinking she had something the island needed. What she discovered slowly over those first weeks was that the island had something she had been missing her entire life without even realizing it. Now here is what I haven't told you yet, because what Brianna did next when she decided she wasn't going home was not what you think. It wasn't passive. It wasn't just vibes and sunsets. What she actually did next is the part that most people never have the guts to attempt. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looked like right after this. Okay, so here is where Brianna's story shifts from emotional to extraordinary. She has been on the island for a while now. She is working remotely, coaching fitness clients online, which is keeping her financially alive. But she wants to go deeper. She wants to be part of the island, not just a visitor living on it. So she tries something. And I want you to picture this because it sounds almost too simple to be true. She starts selling ice cream on a bridge. Not a store, not a brand launch, not a business strategy. Just Brianna, a young woman from Michigan, 3 jobs back home, no business background, standing on a bridge where locals gathered every evening to watch the sunset, selling ice cream the same way any local vendor would. She named it Barbie's Ice Cream, Barbie being her own personal nickname, nothing to do with the doll, and she expected nothing from it except connection. Then the videos hit the internet, and something about that image, a foreign woman, fully woven into local life, no performance, no influencer energy, just showing up and selling ice cream on a bridge at sunset, hit something deep in people all over the world. It went viral. And what started as a spontaneous idea on a bridge in a small Philippine island became a physical store still open today, still run by the local team she built, still serving the same community that gave her the idea in the first place. But here is what I really need you to understand because the ice cream store is not even the most impressive thing she built. What she did after that is what will genuinely make your jaw drop. Don't go anywhere. Alongside Barbie's ice cream, Brianna built a second business from scratch. It's called Barbie's Bayongs, an ethical bag brand made from recycled materials, built in direct partnership with local Filipino artisans, selling internationally. She is not just living on this island. She is actively creating income for the community that took her in. Two businesses built by a 4-year-old who was working 3 jobs in Michigan just to survive. Now let's talk about the number that is going to bother you. Rent in Siargao runs between 25,000 and 50,000 Philippine pesos per month. In US dollars, that is $430 to $860 a month for an entire apartment on a tropical island with the ocean 10 minutes away. Meanwhile, the average one-bedroom apartment in Michigan's major cities costs $1,100 to $1,500 a month minimum, and that comes with grey skies, cold winters, and a commute. She found every apartment she's ever lived in through word of mouth because that is how Siargao works. You build real relationships, you ask around, and people take care of you. No apps, no algorithms, just trust. And her family, the ones who thought she was being impulsive when she left, in her exact words, eventually they saw how happy and fulfilled I was, and now they're my biggest supporters. Some even visited and saw for themselves why I stayed. They flew to the Philippines. They walked around her life. And every single one of them went home understanding something they couldn't understand from Michigan. She hadn't gone off the rails. She had found the track. Oh, and one more thing before we get to the end, because I know somebody watching this is thinking, what about safety? Is the Philippines actually safe? Brianna answered that directly. She said that living in Siargao for 3 years was the most safe she had ever felt in her entire life. Not fine, not manageable, the most safe in her entire life. Now, here is the part of this story that I've been building toward the whole video, and it's not about Brianna, it's about you. Let me tell you what Brianna Kource was not. She was not lucky. She was not talented in some rare way the rest of us aren't. She did not have financial backing or a safety net or someone telling her it was all going to work out. She was a 4-year-old woman working 3 jobs in Michigan who said yes to 2 months and then refused to let fear make her decisions after that. That's it. That is the whole difference. Here is the thing about her story that nobody talks about. The ice cream business going viral, that was not the plan. The bag brand supporting local artisans, not the plan. The family flying out and becoming her biggest supporters, definitely not the plan. None of it was planned. All of it grew from one decision. One small, terrifying 2-month decision that she made without knowing where it would lead. And here is the question I need you to sit with right now. Not tomorrow, not later tonight. Right now. While you're watching this. What is the 2-month decision sitting in the back of your mind that you've been calling impractical for so long that you've stopped hearing it? Because I read comments on videos like this one every single week, and the pattern I see over and over again is this. The people who change their lives don't do it when everything is ready. They do it when they get tired of waiting for ready. Brianna didn't wait until she had enough money. She didn't wait until her family understood. She didn't wait until the timing was perfect. She got on the plane while all of those things were still unresolved. And 3 years later, 2 businesses, a community that loves her, a family that came around, every single unresolved thing worked itself out on the other side of the decision. So drop it in the comments right now. What is the one thing you would do if you stopped waiting for the perfect moment? And be specific, not travel more. What exactly would you do and where would you go? I read every single one. And sometimes the most important thing you can do for a dream you've been sitting on is just say it out loud to someone. Start there. If this story hit you somewhere real, share it with one person today who needs to hear it. Not tomorrow, today. And subscribe, because every single week we bring you stories exactly like this one. Real people, real decisions, real lives. I'll see you in the next one.